How you doing?
Hello, I'm good. How are you, Lee?
I'm good, yeah. What's happening?
Nice, nice. Nothing much. Just, launching a product and talking about it. So let me just start by welcoming everyone to this launch stream, this live stream of Launch Stash. Just welcome. My name is Edmund, and I'm a co-founder at Launch Stash, a platform for people to find products used by people they trust. And I'm here with my awesome co-founder, Lee Heels. Hey, Lee.
Hey, Edmund. Good to be here. Good to get this launch stream up and running. Launch Dash live stream up and running.
Same here. Same here. So Lee, just let's just briefly like kind of like catch people up to like what we're doing. Like, so the project name is Launch Stash. What's the URL? Remind our users.
So the URL is mylaunchdash.com, and you can go there
Nice.
and sign up to get early access. We're slowly letting people through as we're just testing things and adding new features, which we're going to talk about on this stream.
Nice, nice. Alex just joined us.
Hey, Alex.
So nice to have you. Alex is awesome. He's been an alpha tester with us, and he's shown us a couple things that we've actually added to the product, and it's been amazing. We'll be talking about that in a little bit. But Lee, let's just recap people's. So how do you want to start this recap, Lee? Where should we even start? Like, we launched on March the 21st, which was
Yeah.
literally like for you know what, a couple, like not even a month ago now. Okay, so like, why don't you lead us into the recap? How did this start?
Well, I mean, March 21st, I can't even believe that we got there to that launch. I remember you saying to me somewhere in February, we're going to launch this in a month. And I thought, really? Are we really going to do that? And then before I knew it, you sent me a message saying, yeah, we are. And I've, it's got to be the 21st. And that was it. And then I think we had 2 weeks at that point. Taking it before that, um, we met about a year, just under a year ago, is it? Online through Twitter. We got chatted on Twitter. We connected on Zoom. We found that we had a similar idea. I had an idea for a product where you could share, where you could stash the tools that you used and share them with the people you wanted. You had an idea about a similar tool, but specifically for allowing makers and creators to make money. We went away, we went and did other projects. And then I went and built a kind of version of the tool, said tool. Um, and then I was about to kill that tool. I was about to throw it away because I thought it was rubbish. And I sent you a tweet and said, Edmund, what do you think of this? And what did you
Yeah,
say to
and I
that?
said, yeah. What did I say, Lee? What did I say?
You said, yeah, it is rubbish. No, you said no. You said no. You said no. You said it. It's not. Don't throw it away. There's something there. We can burn it down and let it rise again like a phoenix. And that's what we did. So we took that tool down and we began the process of building LaunchDash in
Yeah,
around,
yeah. No,
as you
it
say.
was really impressive to see it when you sent me that DM that you'd been working on it. And I remember, like, we had a conversation maybe a little less than a year ago. And my first thought when you sent me the DM, actually, oh, I know what I didn't like about it when you first sent it to me. Um, oh, it was called Launch Dash.
Is that what you didn't
And
like? Is that the main one of the main things you didn't like with the name?
what? No, no, no. Maybe one of the things. Maybe one of the things. But I know when you sent it to me, I was like, "Oh my god, we talked about this less than a year ago." And I was like, "Man, I want to work on this with him." And I said, "You know what? I gotta make sure he really wants to work on this for a while. Because if not, I'm just gonna like move on, right?" And I asked you. I can't remember how I asked you the question. What was it?
Yeah, yeah, I remember. you said oh yeah, the question not about how long. Oh yeah, would you be committed to work on this for 6 months?
Yes, that was it. That was kind of like my like question to ask, and I just wanted to know if you, because I really loved the idea and I wanted to work on it for a while. And you said, yeah. I was like, okay, okay, let's work on this. But yeah, one of the first things we did, Lee, was we changed the name. We just changed the D to an S and a T, like, and
That makes it look
maybe
like
we,
we didn't put much effort in. We just
but we did. We, oh my God,
I
we
know,
did. Like,
I know, but it's just a couple of letters. It doesn't look like we've done anything.
right, right. I remember when we were going through the names, like I thought we were gonna come up with like some like amazing new name, like I
Me
don't know, let
too.
me think of something corny like Phantasma or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
But we had this thing that we built, which was in Notion, and we built this thing in Notion for us to be able to like come up with the name, and we created like a point system, and we had a bunch of names. Is it okay if I read through some of the names we had?
yeah. I was going to say, do you want to
Okay.
share that? Do you want to share them on the
All right.
screen?
No, no, no need, no
No,
need to
yeah,
share them. I'm just
yeah.
gonna say it. So the name that won was Launch Stash. The next name up was, and actually, if you want to like steal some of these names and go like get the domain, you might as well. But the next one up was Power Up. Then we thought of Launch Money. We thought of Launch Fuel. We thought of Level Up. We thought of Launch Cash with a K, or like Launch Links. There's a lot of launch in a lot. Okay, let me think of something. Okay, another one we came up with was Stack and Stash. That's not bad.
I like that.
That's not that sounds, yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds like a, it sounds like a sandwich or like a crime, like Stack and Stash. I don't know. Yeah, so those are some of the names that we came up with. It was amazing though. We went through all those names and just ended up changing one letter and swapping that out for two more letters. So yeah, I love the name. What about you?
Yeah, I'm happy with the name, and I enjoyed that process because you made a tool in Notion that allowed us to both vote. And I remember that I had the casting vote because the way you had it, we could put our number next to it, and I could see what you'd put on each one. So all I had to do was put a higher number on the one I wanted, and that one won. So that was pretty
Yeah.
cool for me.
Yeah, that was cool. I never thought about, oh, he could actually like add the full 10 points to this other one and just change the whole name. Yeah,
Yeah,
I didn't think about that.
and score low on all the ones that you'd gone high on, and yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Oh, that's
yeah,
funny. Okay, let's get into like the problem, the solution, and like the insight that connected it. Like I'll go first. Like we built this to save or make money and time for makers that are shipping products. Like it's so often that someone like asks you like, hey, how did you build this thing or this thing, and it always involves this like lengthy like text or DM of like all the things that you went through. And we just wanted to build something that was like you just share a link, almost like a what's the name of that product where you can put all your links.
uh, like Kit for Amazon. So a lot of YouTube creators use it, or did
Yeah,
you mean like your stack?
Linktree, like Linktree,
Oh,
yeah, like
Linktree.
Linktree. Yeah, yeah. So we, that was the simple idea. You could just send a link to someone, and then they had like the list of all the like products that you use. But the angle that I wanted to bring in was being able to like have some way, not just the recognition, but to help makers make or save money. And that's where we started like using affiliate links. So yeah, I mean, ultimately, it's a to share products with people you trust. that's my angle on the problem, the solution, and connecting
Yeah.
them all. Like, what's your take, Lee?
Well, yeah, I agree with all of that, and I think one of the things with referral codes and affiliate codes is often when I want to share them, that I don't have them to hand, and we've all tried. We can put them in a Notion page or an Airtable or a spreadsheet, but you still don't have an easy way to quickly get those to hand unless maybe you've got those things open. And I think that's what we wanted to try and build with LaunchDash, was an easy way to add those tools quickly, keep the links stashed, and then to be able to share them. And always think of, you know, the thing that you said to me is that you build personally, you build tools that you actually want to use. And I think that's what this has been for me. It's the more we're building, the more I'm finding this is the tool I really need, because I need a place to be able to stash my links and quickly share them um, with someone when it's relevant.
Yeah, yeah, that makes so much sense, man. Yeah, I'm really like, for a lot of people that might not know me on the internet or on Twitter, like, yeah, I built some stuff with no code, but like, I hardly build anything that I don't use personally. So like, I'd almost say like I'm selfish about it. Like, I have to be working on something that I'm gonna use, and I love using LaunchDash. So yeah, perfect, perfect. All right, Lee, there was a video that you did a while back. If I can find the link to it, I'll post it in the chat. But I don't think we even need to do that. You did this nice video on the stack. Can you just talk through how we built it, like the stack we built it on?
Well, yeah. So as we were in the process, I guess I always thought about the main tools that we had talked about using to build LaunchDash, and that was Airtable for the tools and Bubble. Those are the kind of two that were in my mind. But as we were building, we started using all these different tools to build. So we were using MeisterTask to track the things we wanted to do. We were using Notion to do things like our privacy policy and things that Twitter was asking for to do the API. And then it just snowballed. All these other tools we started using. We were using Descript to edit our videos to do our build in public. I'm trying to remember some of the others. We used Shoutout to get feedback from other makers on what they thought about sharing tools, and this ever growing problem of having lots and lots of tools that cost you money. um, and so yeah, it made sense to then go and make a video, which is what I did, about all the different tools that we were using to build LaunchDash.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was awesome. I think we ultimately need to put that all together in a group on LaunchDash. But actually, we can now because Lee, you're gonna demo for us. Like, what are you gonna demo? Because I know that one of those things you're gonna demo will give us the ability to like share the entire stack for LaunchDash. So like, give us what are you gonna show us?
So okay, so I'll move over to my screen. So when we launched on, I don't know why Edmund's disappeared, but anyway, I know you're still here, aren't you, Edmund? Can we hear you?
I'm still here. I'm still here. Can you hear me?
Let me just get you on here. Hold on. There you go. Um,
All right, perfect. Thank you.
so when we launched with the ability for any user to be able to come into this feed and see what other users had stashed, and to immediately to be able to stash. But what we always wanted and we always talked about having was the ability to stack. So the ability to stack according to a specific project. So if I quickly show you my page currently, if this loads.
I think I can see. Hold on. Let me see. I think I can see it. Okay, it's loading, still loading.
Yeah, it's being slow. I think my computer is giving priority to Ecamm, which we're using to live stream. It's been very
Okay,
slow.
no worries. That's perfectly fine.
So so this is everything that I have currently stashed, including Ecamm, including what some of the tools we talked about, Notion card, which we used to build our landing page when we first launched the project. So this is what you could do when we launched on the 21st. But since then, we haven't been able to have project stacks. So I'm going to show you project stacks. So
Okay,
this is
hold on, Lee. Before you go on, like, what's the difference between I see stash and I see stack? Like, we need to like tell people like what's the difference between a stash and a stack?
so a stash is a tool, a single tool, and a stack is a stack of tools according to a project. So I clicked stack to show my stack. So this is Vader. This is my video every day in April that I've been doing as a current project. So these are the tools that I've stacked according to that project. And so this is a stack page, and you can. This is something that we've just recently pushed to live. For users, so you can actually move between different stacks. Some of these might not be working because I haven't these aren't pushed. So if I go back to, I tell you what, let me do a new stack. So
Okay, yeah, let's show them how if you're on the platform and you've stashed a couple tools, how would you create a stack?
okay, so if I created one, for example, for my camper van um, project, which was
Okay.
get your van, you can put in the URL of that particular tool.
Oh, that's cool. You can add your URL for the project itself, and then you can also.
and
Oh,
then you
wow.
can
Okay,
and then
cool.
you can say something about the project. So this was a passion project, um, based on the fact that I'm obsessed with uh, camper vans. That's another
Actually, you
story.
know what? Yeah, but that was one of the reasons I think that was one of the reasons I DM'd you was I wanted to talk to you about camper vans because well, separate project, but yeah, I am working on something related to that. So yeah, that was actually one of the things that got me interested in talking to you. Look at us now from camper vans to like building something on the internet.
I think I had on my Twitter profile. Oh, and I want to help you get a camper van, and I think that's why you, the main reason you reached out to
Yep,
me. Yeah, I want to get a
that was
camper van.
perfect.
So
Yep.
so this would be my project, and then this would be the stack, and then I would choose the tools. So I used Lambot. I used what else is here that I used? Automizy. Um, and then obviously I need to stack a few more, but let's put Notion in there as well. I used Meister Task, and then you simply submit the stack, and it should take you to that page.
Let's see.
I
Can you,
think.
if you've created, there we go. If you can you toggle on your stacks and
Oh,
let's
there you
see if
go.
it's a camper
Yeah.
van.
So that's what it should do. I'm trying to figure out why, because at the moment, because we're still in the process of building and we are still in alpha, so there's a bit of difference between what we've got in the back end before we've deployed and what's currently on live. But basically, when you stack like that, it should take you straight through to this page. And then the thing we're currently working on, which we're hoping to push maybe in the next week or so, is then once you've stacked this project like this, you can then click share, and then it will give you a link to then you send to your Twitter followers or your Instagram followers, or um, send via email to someone specific.
Wow, that's nice. That's really, really nice. Really nice. So I want to give a quick shout out because Izu just signed up. He put it in the chat. He just actually signed up for our alpha. So Izu is someone I know off of Twitter. We're also in a mastermind called 0 to 1. So Izu, we're gonna approve uh your sign up just very shortly. In fact, just stay tuned on the stream. And while we're working on it, I'm going to make sure to add you to the approved alpha list so you can go in and look around. But so, Lee, so you just showed us the stacks. There was one other. Oh, Lee, can you talk about So okay, all right. Let me set this up. So when we were building LaunchDash, right, we thought that one of the things we had to have in place was like a database of like hundreds of tools for you to pick from, right? And as we were building it, what we found was that that actually wasn't necessary because we needed to do was create a way for makers to add the tools that they are building on the go, right? And what we ended up finding was that the biggest problem why we abandoned having a database to begin with was it was so hard to get all the info about a tool and have it like readily populated in the database because not all sites developed for these tools have the same descriptions, meta tags, and all that. Anyways, we had this problem with trying to like add thumbnail images for each of the tools in our database, and it wasn't until I talked with, oh, let me remember, so True Drew from Builder, and Drew gave me this awesome hack using a tool called Clarebit. But Lee, can you show us how we would stash a tool and show us how we use Clarebit to dynamically create the images?
Yeah, so when you go to stash, if this opens up, okay. So when you go to stash, you can search for a tool that's already in the database, as you were saying, Edmund. So for example, AppSumo's in there, and then you could add it, and then you put your referral link in here, and that will then stash that tool for you because it's already in the database. But for those tools, as you were saying, that aren't already in the database, and let's say, so I've recently found Tab Extend. I've been using it to manage my gazillions of tabs on my Chrome browser. And so if I wanted to stash this, all I need to do is put the link in and it automatically pulls in the image. Now, when we launched, we didn't have this feature. Um, and this came out of having our amazing alpha testers telling us what was working and what wasn't working. I think it was Doc Williams found it an issue when he was trying to upload an image, and I think
Yeah,
that gave us the inspiration to go and really. We knew we had the workings on it of it because we nearly had it, but when Doc pointed it out to us, it really spurred us on to go and get this working.
yeah, you're right. I think we actually kind of had it built because of the we encountered the problem, but then when we released the alpha, we hadn't yet put the solution out. And Doc literally he created this awesome video for us. Shout out Doc Williams. He created this awesome like video for us showing us his experience. And one of the hangups was finding the right image, the right sizing, and all that. And we were just like, oh my gosh, thank God we have a solution almost ready to go. And so we went ahead and we put up we added the Clarebit solution, and it just perfectly like solved the issue that Doc raised to us. So yeah, thank you, Doc. I'm gonna do a quick mention. So Izu, if you're still in the chat, I'm gonna just let you know we've approved you, so you can go ahead and go back to the website and try to stash tools and whatever. We'd love to have your feedback on anything that you find, maybe something we can do better with it. Love having you. So I'm just putting in the chat, you are approved. So perfect. If there's
Cool.
anyone else who wants to try this out, just come on the stream and maybe send us a note, and yeah, we could probably approve you live.
Very cool.
Nice, nice. All right. So Lee, in building this, and one of the okay, one of the most painful things that I discovered is like, and you know what? That's actually the title of our stream. So just in case you forgot, like affiliate codes and referral links are so hard. And what we discovered was that when we're stashing tools, one of the problems we encountered was when we found a tool, the main problem was either that the affiliate link was ready for you to use from the tool itself. Like I'll give an example, like Card. It just had the affiliate link ready for you to use.
Yeah.
But then some other projects, that some other tools that we wanted to stash, it was so hard to get the affiliate link. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, well, I remember when we were testing some of the things that we were doing, and I remember you trying to find one of your referral links, and you finding again you couldn't find it, and then you tried to sign up, and then you were met with this long, long form that you were going to have to fill out, and then there was with some tools there's a process, not just of filling out a form. There's no guarantee that you're going to be on their referral program, so we started to look at which tools and started the process of looking at which tools let you immediately get a referral link just by being a user and which ones require you to sign up. And obviously, our preference is we want it to make it as easy as possible for makers to be able to get those codes. So we're starting to do a bit of thinking about that and talking around that really. Um,
Yeah.
Really to encourage products to make their codes as accessible as possible.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna touch on this, and I'm not even gonna wax, philosophical. I'm actually gonna like give a great reason why companies need to like build their own affiliate programs, and they need to build it like it doesn't need to be something so complex. It needs to be very simple. And let me explain. So just for context, I'm a community strategy consultant, community builder, host, whatever you might call it. And one of the things that I think products are missing out on with affiliate links, it's not even necessarily about giving people money back on their subscription or giving them cash. It's really
No, yeah,
about it's really about leveraging the network effects of trust.
yeah,
At the end of the day, what an affiliate link is, it's a digital version of word of mouth, and that has huge network effects, especially to do with technology, because now you don't need to repeat that message to everyone, or repeat the fact that you love a product to everyone, analog. You can simply post that on Twitter, and hundreds, thousands, sometimes millions of people can see that. And what the affiliate link really represents, it's not just an instrument to reward a user with access to your product or financial rewards. It's actually a way for you to leverage the network effects of trust. And here's what I mean. Imagine a situation where someone has just like a phenomenal experience on your product, like OMG, this is awesome. Once they have that aha moment, one of the first things they want to do is they want to tell somebody about it. Like they
yeah,
just want to share that information. And if you don't have a way for them to easily communicate that enthusiasm, it you kind of lose the buzz, you kind of lose the moment. And so an affiliate link at its core should be a way to recognize people for the aha moments that they're having and the fact that they want to share your product with other people that they know. So I would tell companies starting out thinking about affiliate links, don't really worry about having a rigorous system to give people, 10% off, 15% off, or $10 a person they refer. Just think at the beginning, at the V1, to leverage the network effects of trust. That's really what I wanted to say. Lee, what do you have to add?
I mean, complete again. It's the biggest motivating factor of building Launch Dash is wanting to be able to share products that we love, and you know the affiliate link or whatever the commission whatever it is or discount is an incentive. It spurs you on. It makes you want to share it more, and I think a number of products have realized that because some of them are giving as much away as 40% commission. And I don't know if all creators and makers realize this, that many products will give that amount away per month, every month, as long as that user remains a user. So um, I think there's the two things. It's for the makers and for the other products to realize you're only going to increase your footfall. You're only going to increase your amount of sign-ups. And the model I like and the product I like to share is Buy Me a Coffee, because um, they they added their referral program, their built-in referral program, quite early on into their build. And anyone who signs up can immediately, as soon as you're a user, not only can you invite people to support you by buying a coffee, you can also share the platform and immediately get a free coffee every time uh, a new person signs up to be a user.
Wow. I heard, and I think Lee, you were talking about it. I think in their early days of building Buy Me a Coffee, I think within like the first 3 to 6 months, they made the affiliate link a big deal on their site, right?
Yeah, yeah. I can't remember exactly when it was, but it was early on in their process. I think they launched, was it either 2017 or 2018? Um, and the ability to share a code to invite users and get a free coffee for every person you shared um, was there and has been there ever since.
Wow, wow. Yeah, shout out to those guys. That was a good example. Anyways, um I know people would love to know who is giving out 40% in cash a month on affiliate links. We're not gonna this is not an advertisement for a product. You probably would have to come into LaunchDash, and we're going to be creating like some resources to help people out with some of the best affiliate links that we find, and how you can start to take advantage of that on LaunchDash. So we just like Lee said, we just want to help makers make or save money and just build awesome muscle shipping products. So that's why we created it, and I don't think we're going to stop working on this until we can help some makers make or save money. So
For
yeah.
sure, for
Lee,
sure.
yeah, yeah. Lee, okay, let's talk a little bit about what we learned along the way. There's one important thing that I wanted you to talk about, which is the I guess we created like a two-step sign-in process. Could you quickly talk about that, like the sign-in process for the page? Remember
So
what we did?
yeah, so with the Twitter login, so one of the things that we talked about again when Edmund said he was going to burn the tool down that I had built and it was going to rise again like a phoenix. One of the things that Edmund said it needed to have out of the box was the ability to sign in with Twitter and then eventually that be other social tools. And so as we started building in fact, the first thing I think we built in Bubble was the ability to sign in Twitter. And we had that working, but what we found was pulling in the email address with the plugin that we used um, didn't work. And there's a whole story around that. But what we found was we had these different options of which plugin to use, and we went through a whole process of um, figuring out which one to use. And in the end, we did a full circle. Tried them all out, we installed them all, and we ended up coming back to the Bubble plugin because it's native and it does everything we needed it to do. It pulls in the user's um, Twitter profile, Twitter name, description, but the thing that was missing was the email. So we ended up um, adding in a second step, a solution which actually ended up being something we really liked, and that is the fact that you put in your email. It allows us to do the thing of having our alpha version, which means that we can slowly bring people in. And then once we add them to the list, just like we've just added Izu, to, is it Izu to the list? Is I'm saying
Yeah,
his name
Izu.
correctly?
Yeah.
Izu to the list. As soon as we add them, then the Twitter button becomes available to them, and they just click Twitter and they're in. There's no having to put their profile image in. There's no having to put their name in. It then just pulls in all their information from Twitter. And our aim is that we're going to add that for other social platforms too.
Nice, nice, nice. All right, so I think we've gone through quite a bit, talking about the tool, why we built it, who stands to benefit from it.
Yep.
But Lee, what do you think this means for the maker? What do you think this means for the maker?
I think I I think, and my hope is, it's going to be a way to not just save money but make money from being passionate about and sharing products that we love. Because I hear lots of other makers say that they like doing that, that they have lots of tools and they like to share them. Um, but I think this is going to give an incentive and an easy way to do that, because you're going to have all those tools in a place that you can quickly get to them and quickly share them. I think that's what
Yeah.
it will do for makers.
Yeah, I agree. That point on, aside from making or saving money with your recommendations, that point about organizing your links, your referral links in one place in a format, in a style that is like easy to for people to understand, and then being able to share that, I think that is really, really awesome. Awesome. Well, actually, I think the next thing, Lee, if I could, if you're okay with me kind of like telegraphing, we're actually like working on a feature for you to be able to share a stack easily. So we're working on that next. But yeah, Lee, we're coming to the close of our live stream. What do people need to do to be able to like gain from the product that we're building from Launch Dash?
Ha- sorry, how do you mean, Evan? To
Like, if someone's watching this live stream and they want to use Launch Dash, what do they have to do?
go and sign up, become
Got to
a
sign up.
become an alpha tester, um, get early access. We'd love to have you in early access. You're going to help shape the product, because already, the feedback we've had from Alex and from Doc and Don, and other users, the feedback that they've had, we've actually already started shaping what we're doing. We're already rethinking our landing page from the feedback that we've had from Alex. And yeah, come be an alpha tester and help us build this, help us shape what Launch Dash will be.
Yeah, yeah. Awesome, awesome. Like, so Lee, we're closing it down, and I just really want to say this, like, I really love what we're building. But more importantly than what we're building, I just love the memory that we're making building this together. Like, I've had so much fun building this with you. Like, I've actually become like a better like person and maker because I'm
Oh,
making
likewise.
something with somebody else. It's not
Yeah,
about it's not just about
totally.
my point of view. So I'm actually enjoying this. I actually enjoy building things with other people.
I mean, if I could say something on that, totally for me. I mean, like you said at the beginning, when you asked me, am I going to do this for 6 months? My tendency has been to go from project to project, just because I like to test things out. But for me, I'm addicted to building Launch Dash, because of what we're learning from each other. Sometimes we're staying up late, or I am, because we're in different time zones. Sometimes it's it's your afternoon, it's my midnight, um, but it's just, yeah, just totally buzzing off of building the project. And it's exciting to think that if we're building it for 6 months, which is what we've both committed to, we've still got another 4 months of building to go. So looking forward to seeing what we're
Yeah.
going to build, what we'll
Yeah,
get
same
to.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely same here. All right. Would just like to end and say, thanks to everyone that joined us for the live stream. And if you're
Thank
gonna
you.
watch this, if you're gonna watch this later, just want to say thanks for taking the time out to actually even like watch this. If you're watching this and you get up to the end, like, oh my gosh, you're awesome. So
Yeah.
thank you. I'm gonna pass it to Lee to close us out.
Cheers. See you again.